before we introduce our next speaker, I would like our speakers to introduce themselves so that you know whom you have today and what are they going to share with you. So we can start with Dr. Isra.
Okay, thank you very much for the invitation, first of all, and thank you all for being here just early in the morning. And today is Monday. I know all the difficulties of coming here, so thank you very much for being here once again. From where I will start. Okay, I'm a professor of international relations. My name is Esra Hatipoğlu. I spent most of my academic life at Marmara University, more than 25 years. If I include my studentship as well, it's about 30 years. So I have some experience in working at state universities as well. For about 30 years, I'm teaching, and also I learned a lot from all our stakeholders. I also served for the last 3.5 years as the rector of Nişantaşı University. So while I was a rector, I really have to deal with all these educational stuff more and more, from just to think and just to see everything from much more administrative point of view. Because if you are working for a foundation university, you try to be different from the other ones. That's why we were, for the last couple of years, we were so much inside this discussion about the future of universities. And we studied a lot about, in a comparative perspective, a lot about different educational systems and you know, how Industry 4.0 or Society 5.0 will be shaped by the new Education 4.0, and what are the elements, what will be the future of students, you know, what will be the new skills that they need, what kind of works or jobs they may take in the future, and how we will just educate them just to be prepared as persons to deal with life. This is a very important thing, because you may have the skills, you may even work together with the machines, but you have to differentiate yourself as human beings related with soft skills like empathy, teamwork, critical thinking, emotional intelligence. So just to be prepared mentally for the future. Okay, skills can be learned, knowledge can be found at any place, but you should mentally prepared for the future, and education should be somehow related with this as well. So we were just dealing with how we just really changed the mentality of the educators, first of all, just to educate students in this sense. And that's why I'm also working for the last couple of years about all these different aspects of smart university thing, and all these new type of educations, and the effects of, as I said before, the effects of Industry 4.0. And today I will talk about social responsibilities of universities, because we were talking about, I mean, Bassam also talked about the changing roles of universities. So education, training, research is, university should do much more than that. And I can say that I will just speak much more on smart influence today, about all these social responsibilities, why universities really have to be in this business, I mean, quote unquote, social responsibility, because there's no law that obliges them to do such things. I will talk about social responsibility within university context. I will talk about motivations of universities in having some social responsibility projects. I will try to give you some examples concerning some of the Turkish universities social responsibility projects on spot, so it's concrete ones. And I will also talk about a little bit of critics and what we can do more and more for social responsibility. As I said, I mean, just at the bottom, will is the most important thing, because if someone forces you to do something, especially social responsibility thing, then it doesn't work. I mean, you have to just internalize what you are doing. So the second thing is the mental transformation, which takes time, and if it is done, it is done. So that's why I'll also talk about a little bit of critics and some future projections. Thank you very much. I hope to have a very nice and fruitful discussions.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks very much for having me. My name is Anke Beck. I'm German, but I'm working in London. I have been running quite a large publishing house in Germany. I call it, it's a Cambridge-like press in Germany called the Hotel, for the Belgian or Flemish speakers here. And about a year and a half ago, I switched to an open access publisher in London. From the background, I'm a linguist by training, specialized in languages I'm interested in, but not many people are interested in. And I think I have a very strong academic background, and even though I then switched to work into the industry, meaning in publishing, I stayed very close in touch with the academia. So I'm serving on a couple of boards. I'm serving on the board of the Center for Advanced Studies in Freiburg, and on the Hochschule für Wirtschaft und Technik. So that's the Technical University in Leipzig. And also since last year on the Council of the Republic of Germany for Digital Infrastructure. And lately I also joined the SUF because I very much believe in the values of the Smart University Foundation. What I would bring to the board is a very practical proposal, because since I joined my open access publishing house, my mission is that we have developed something in a very smart, technical way, which we can now, or we are ready to share it with others. So we have a publishing platform which would enable the members to the Smart University Foundation to share the publication output or develop educational material for all universities so that they can be easily shared. Because we believe that sharing and not dependent on particularly large publishers, I think those who are sitting on library boards know what I'm talking about. We think that it's very likely and inexpensive to develop something like a press yourself. And that's what I'm going to present to you.
Thank you.
Sorry. I am Jan Schreurs. I am emeritus professor from University of Hasselt in Belgium. Well, I am emeritus. It means I am no more teaching, but I continued my research in digital training and learning. Well, I believe that in this new digital world that we also need new models of learning and teaching. We already developed a new model, and I hope that I can present it today to you in a very short version, of course, but also you are welcome to discuss with me all these new elements in learning, in digital training, in digital learning. Thank you.
Thank you. So as you heard today, we're going to have like a spectrum from the influence of universities to the media impact on universities to talking about the new way of publishing research to make it open, to make it available, to make it easy for others to see what you are doing and what you are accomplishing in your research, and also the new and different technologies and innovations in the classroom and how to reach and use the technology to achieve more in terms of interactivity, in terms of engagement for the students and for the society. The area of smartness, when we talk about the technology and we talk about the innovative ways, is so big and so untapped at this point. And I truly believe that the Smart University Foundation can help Turkish universities in reaching out their own goals as universities, the goals of the professors and academicians within those universities, and also the aspirations of the country. When I came to Turkey and spoke to many of the officials in the government, in the presidential palace, in the YÖK, and so on and so forth, they all said the same thing. We want Turkey to become a hub of higher education. And I always answered the same answer. Bringing international students alone will not make a country a hub of higher education. And I give an example. Next to Turkey is a very small country, North Cyprus, with a population of about 150,000 people, and it has over 300,000 students. So that doesn't make North Cyprus a hub of higher education. It makes it an attractive place for students to acquire degrees. Malaysia worked for 20 years to become a hub of higher education, but they focused only on bringing students, international students, and they did succeed. They brought lots and lots of students, and they got lots and lots of degrees. But Malaysia today is not a hub of higher education in the world. So if Turkey wants to become a hub of higher education for the world, which is an achievable and possible dream, the work that needs to be done will have to start here. We'll have to start from our professors, from our administrators, and also from our officials. What we are going to try to do within a year, because Turkey has been selected by Smart University Foundation for this year to work a lot of our activities and try to push certain things here. There will be an international conference next year in June about the future of education. In this year, we're going to try to push a lot of these new ideas, whether it is the impact of 5G or artificial intelligence, augmented reality, MOOCs, smart management, sustainability, green universities, name it. All of these new ideas will be presented to people. But it is not sufficient to sit and listen to a presentation and walk away saying it was good or it wasn't good. It's what would you do after you leave today? It's what would you do after you leave from any other seminar, workshop, a day like this. The changes that people are aspired for in Turkey will not happen by just bringing students from other parts of the world. It's by changing the mentality, the mindset, the eagerness, the willingness to engage in the world, to become useful, significant, and live up to your standards, your own standards, which is, by the way, high and respected. But words alone is not going to do it. So let's try to learn from our experts today, and I would give the floor now to our first speaker, Dr. Jian, and she will talk about the innovations in learning. So please help me welcoming her.